Let's talk a little bit now and switch gears about what else biomagnetism can help for, especially in this day and age. And I want to hit on a few different subjects that I hear a lot about. How about infertility? Because I mean, you're kind of seeing, I think, a little bit of a crisis where it is something that I see a lot more. IVF is up. A lot of people are having trouble conceiving. There's a lot of toxicity involved in that. I think a lot of different, lifestyle choices and everything that may lead to that. But can biomagnetism help for something that's trying to conceive?
Absolutely. I've had several women actually with that had that experience of they were this just a step away from going to a fertility clinic, But let me see the one that I have in mind. That just a couple of years ago, there's this woman who came and she says, "I've been trying to get pregnant for the last half a year type thing," and she says that then she remembered that she had come to me a couple years before, but totally forgot about the just that I ever existed. She just forgot. And then all of a sudden it came to her like, oh, that magnet guy, he helped me for that problem. I wonder if it'll help for this. So sure enough, she came in and 30 days later, she's pregnant. So yeah, most definitely. Here's another one, older, well, I wouldn't, just late 30s. I mean, older in that sense. But so what happened with her is she hadn't had a period in 6 years. Actually, that's actually young. She's young, but she hasn't had a period in 6 years. And within 3 days of seeing each other, all of a sudden she just started, uh, you know, that started happening. Her thing is that she kind of freaked out though because it lasted for like 2 weeks. So that's not a problem. That's just her body cleaning itself out. But yeah, in short, yes, the answer is yes. Biomagnetism can certainly help for fertility.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of that does, of course, have to go to terrain, but also toxicity, toxic, burden that a lot of people carry. That it's said to say that when you're in a very high toxic burden state, the reproductive system is incredibly taxed and it has a hard time when it's clean, and it could do, put its efforts into that, and all energy and function and can happen. It becomes a much easier process. So I guess part of that biomagnetism is the detoxification phase and restoring a proper terrain. How about weight loss?
Yeah, that's certainly, I mean, also because I mean, we have to look at microorganisms or dysfunctions in the body to affect metabolism. So if a person's doing, a good job at nutrition, but they can't drop an ounce, then we know there's something obviously that's wrong in there. So yeah, most definitely we've had people that all of a sudden it starts clicking.
And one of the more controversial ones I'll go into now, and not to go into the controversy about vaccines, but there is an element of people saying there's always some level of toxicity involved in it. I'll have the vaccine, whatever it may be, flu, COVID, anything, but there's a element of detoxification that they'd like to go through afterwards. Can biomagnetism help with vaccine toxicity?
Yeah, and the way I would do it is don't wait till after, do it before and do it after, right? That's the smarter approach in my opinion. But yeah, I mean, when we're doing biomagnetism, whatever information that was, that information that was injected into you, that's now in your body, if there's a problem when we're doing our, muscle testing scan, those things will come up. And where do we need to place the magnets to neutralize, to get rid of that and help things out of your body? Most definitely.
Really interesting, because I feel like most people take that black and white. It's either good or bad, or do it, don't do it. I think there's a huge gray area here. And I don't think it's a black and white issue. And regardless of, whether you go ahead with any inoculation or vaccine, there are certain steps and certain precautions and actions you could take to help improve the outcome of it. And if you're at all concerned about something like the toxicity or what's being injected into me, something like biomagnetism can, of course, help in that, right? And help basically mitigate anything that may come about from it. Not saying it will or won't, but that's something really to consider heavily. And have you seen that at all? That you've seen people after a vaccination possibly show some side effects or some toxicity where you use biomagnetism to correct that?
Well, most that I would say most people don't come in and confess, hey, I had a vaccination, or maybe people don't associate it, but yeah. So I can't speak to that.